Good morning, everyone. I am Tara, aka Spirit Mother, and I would like to welcome you all back on YouTube. I am Spirit to Spirit, Teachings of 1974, Enlightened Soul. It is my own, and I'm also live on my this morning I was out walking, and I do a lot of going within and speaking through things to kind of sort some stuff out within myself and to understand different things and see where other things apply and where they can come into connection. If you're new to my channel, I usually recommend or suggest that people go and read my description on my YouTube channel, Spirit to Spirit, Teachings of Going Within Self, and then you'll get a better understanding of what my channel is about. I sound like or what have you, that I have a cold or a flu. However, I don't, because I've been helping someone purge. And by helping them purge, it's been helping me to purge too, because we're all connected. So, and the flu-like symptoms are more of ascension symptoms. This morning I was out walking, and I started walking again, which is actually good because I hadn't been for a while. So if I told people to go walk, I was kind of being hypocritical because, I wasn't doing it myself. When I was out walking, I started like speaking out loud and going through things. And that's why today the title is, Why Do Dogs Bite? And that's kind of hypothetically speaking, okay? Because, well, a lot of people think of it this way. When a dog bites someone, what happens? They usually have the dog put down, okay? And it's that part of like asking yourself, why did the dog bite? It's like it's like a human, it's like a person, okay? And if you look at the analogy of a dog biting, okay, why do they bite? Well, look at the other factors. Are they being abused? Are they being picked at? What have you? So that's when you get that back. And then the person who, even with a person, the people that like to pick and prod and poke at and abuse and everything like that, it's same like with what have you. It's like, when that person, like when that dog or that person has had enough and they bite back, what happens? The person that bit back or defended themselves, they're the ones that get in trouble. They're the ones that get charged because they don't. The other side is not seen. You just see like why the person reacted to this. This person did this. Same as a dog. What happens if a dog bites after when they're being abused and stuff like that? What happens? The dog gets put down. Why is the dog being put down? Why is the person that is causing this behavior not having to take responsibility for the things that they're doing? So when they get hurt, they play the victim. So it's that part of playing victim when you are yourself are the victimizer. I have a hard time like with where I'm at, because it's that part of, I'm so tired of like hearing lies. I'm so tired of somebody telling, like being the victimizer. And then when I'm defending myself, well, they play victim. And it's about like the emotions. A man doesn't want to hear, like, I'm not saying it's all. They don't want to hear a woman's feelings because they're too connected with their analytical, logical mind that, it's like, oh, well, people aren't supposed to have emotions. They're not supposed to feel. And you hear stuff like that. And that's why they give you a pill, because they want to suppress you. And there's an energy as somebody entered the room that, you don't like what I have to say. You don't have to be here. And this is a spirit to spirit. All my stuff is spirit to spirit. It's not direct. Like some things are directed towards a specific person. And that person knows who they are because there's somebody in my life. But the rest, it's a spirit to spirit. So if you're reacting to what I say, whether it's you laugh or you cry or you get angry or pissed off at me or you want to rip me apart or what have you, well, that's actually on you, because you're taking what I say personally as if it's directed towards you. But if you're reacting to it, then that's that part of your spirit that is reacting to it. And I'm tired of watching people, like I played, like I felt like the victim, but I'm no longer the victim, because I'm a survivor of what I go through. And a lot of people, like, if they come at me, when I go back at them, well, they make it out like I was the one doing it, when it's like, you fucking started it. And you think that I'm not going to, like, people will say, oh, well, just don't respond to them. There's a time when, yeah, you do. And it's that part of saying, like, if you want to, like, if you're going to treat me like this tells me that this is how you want to be treated. I have somebody who was always telling me, oh, well, you guys are always hanging up on me. And, I don't hang up on them, but they're always hanging up on me. So it's that part where, like, what people say to other people, it's usually what they're doing themselves. So they're reflecting it on that person. Like, I had somebody tell me, like, because I was going for a walk. Oh, well, just remember where you're at. It's like, it doesn't fucking matter where you are. If something bad is going to happen, it's going to happen anywhere. And I'm not going to live life in fear. It's like, is this why this person don't go walking? Like, it's like, have you made that many enemies? Have you caused that much problem for people? But when I stand up for myself, or when you stand up for yourself, do you notice they don't like it? And then if you fight back and stand up for yourself, they play victim. And then they blame it on you because you reacted, but they were the aggressor. Like, today, I'm going to have my car checked again, because since I got work done on it last Wednesday or Thursday, wow, my car went in there shaking on the front end, and I contacted the person that did my safety inspection. They said the only thing it would have been a belt in a tire that went, because they had just done the inspection last month, and it was like this month that I had that shake. Well, they put two control arms on it, an upper and a lower, 4 new tires, and now my car, it's not working right. Whenever it's like my brakes have been fucked with. And I just got new brakes last year, and I got new brakes last year by the one that fucked my car by the garage that fucked my car this time. And I'm not going to apologize for my swearing. I seen a thing yesterday, and they were saying about cursing is a sin. Cursing people, yes, but swearing, that happens sometimes. It's been like that for like millennia. I go today to have my car checked to find out what they fucked up, because I know they fucked something up, and they do it deliberately, because because by doing that it's profitable. And then they'll probably say, oh, well, like, we didn't do anything wrong to it. Well, yeah, you did, because my car was working fine before I brought it to you. The only thing was, like, it was like the tire, like the front driver's side, and that was like, I'm missing a tire. So it was probably like the guy that did my inspection, he said it was probably just a broken belt in your tire, and they gouged you. So now when we sort this out and we confront the person, are they going to act like they're the victim when we come at them and say, like, hey, you ripped us off? because, it makes me wonder, did I get ripped off? Because there was one time when I went somewheres and my muffler or my exhaust fell. So I had to drive an hour and a half home with the dragon on the floor, on the ground. And I contacted this garage that like fucked my car this time, and they did. So they can try to deny it all they want, but they know damn well they did, and they did it on purpose. And I'm pretty sure of it because I went like when my exhaust come down, I contacted them to make an appointment, but it was going to be too long, and I wanted my car. So I contacted the guy who did my safety inspection. So the day that I got the exhaust fixed, I got them to safety inspection my car because it was due this month. It was due. And they fixed the exhaust, and if I had taken the exhaust anywhere else, well, they would have said I needed a whole new exhaust. So it would have cost me $1,000 or more dollars to get that fixed, and it more dollars to get it well and to get it with the safety inspection. And then when I took it in, didn't call the guy, and it just kind of slipped after I got my car fixed. So I apologized to him. All of a sudden, I get a $2,500 bill. And so now, are they going to play like are they going to say, "Oh, well, we didn't do it"? Well, you were the last person that I had it to. My brakes were done last year because it makes an awful noise every time I put my brakes on. I can't describe the noise. I was able to describe it yesterday, and somebody just come in, and it's like, and if you don't like what I have to say, well, then I guess my channel's not for you. So you don't have to be in here. And this is a spirit to spirit, and that spirit knows who I'm talking to. So, because I can feel, thank you, I can feel it happening, because sometimes I feel like there's someone that, they just want to rip my heart out, or they want to strangle me. It's like, it's like, come on, like, strangle me. Hey, I'll be honest. I guess I got prepared for this because I found it very sexual being strangled at that time. Do I like it now? No, not during sex, but I know that, or because I haven't been intimate in 2.5 years. So, but as far as knowing now that I was preparing myself for this, because, they like to grab the throat. They like to grab the throat or go after the throat. It's like, think of wolves and animals in the wild and what have you. What do they go for? Like lions and tigers, when they're going after their prey, what do they aim for? They go for the throat. But these, like, every time I try to talk to the person that they paid to get my car fixed, and I tell them, you've been scammed. See, the thing is, when something happens, somehow I'm always the one to blame. So it's like, you're poking me, you're poking me, you're poking me. And they say that I'm poking them. No, I'm reacting to their poking. I'm feeling their frustrations, and I'm so tired. And I will be pretty honest, I am tired of people that complain and complain and complain and don't do anything about their shit. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for coming in and for following. Like I said before, I appreciate all the follows. I don't come in I don't come in to be followed. I come in to help enlighten people, help people see their worth and empower themselves, because there's so many people that they'll say to somebody, if they're speaking up for themselves, shh, don't say a word. Or, well, you just stop crying. And this person is always saying about everybody else getting over their stuff, getting over the things that they've done. but they don't get over anything. Like there's like in 2009, I will admit I cheated on someone. I cheated on my ex-husband in 2009 because I was not getting any affection, any attention, nothing like that. There's no emotional comfort there. And I'm being honest. And that's why people cheat. I seen on TikTok this morning or last night or what have you, a guy asking a woman, why do women cheat? It's like, well, okay, why do men cheat? Well, the reason why they don't cheat is because the emotional comfort, the emotional stability is not there. So people go looking elsewhere to find that. And that's like anything. And then the ones that are emotionally neglecting the people they say they love, when something happens, it's like, oh, well, you're this, you're that. It's like, wait a minute. People say, leave the relationship. Yeah, or, fucking sort out the shit as to what's causing it if you really love one another. And this person, to this day, still brings that up. It's like, hey, what are you doing telling me to get over my shit? When they poke me and poke me and poke me, and when I react to them poking me, they say, don't poke the bear. Well, guess what? I'm going to give you the same advice to this spirit to spirit. Don't fucking poke the bear because I'm the fucking bear. So if I react, I'm not going to bite you. But I'm not going to sit back and allow you to abuse me, whether it be physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually, or what have you. And it's like, they say, I went yesterday to see an employment support worker. And I said that no one will hire me because I'm constantly channeling my ancestors. I've become my ancestor. I speak my ancestral lines languages, and they were suppressed. And when they told me, like, well, like what I used to do, this is what they used as an example of themselves. What they used to do is they would swear. So when they went home around their father or parents or what have you, they wouldn't swear in front of them. Okay, nice. They say that they act differently in front of other people than they do with their clients. Okay, nice. So what they were trying to tell me is, like, when you're working, why don't you just like not speak it? And I told them, no. This is a part of me. It's who I am. It's my native languages. And they've suppressed us from it long enough and told us that we were not acceptable. We weren't accepted. So I told them, no, I'm not going to do that because it hurts me. So what they want you to do for them to feel comfortable, suppress yourself so I can be comfortable. Really? I must say, you must think you're all that if you think that everybody should suppress themselves just to make you happy. So I'm like that dog that if I when I'm getting abused, I'm going to bite back. And it doesn't mean that I'm going to bite back physically. But if you want to talk down to me and everything like that, I'm going to throw your shit back at you. It's like, you want to mentally abuse me? I'm going to show you what it feels like. But then you're going to try to say, oh, well, it's not bothering me. But yeah, it is. It's like, are you learning anything yet? Are you understanding? I had also had somebody tell me, don't bite the hand and feed you. And the same person says, don't bite the hand to feed you. It's like, well, the hand that feeds somebody, they shouldn't be fucking abusing them, because if they get bit, it's your own fault. That's the same as down the road here. The day that the dog bit me, I wasn't doing anything to it. It just like I went up to see it, and the owner said it was okay. I told them that I met it before and what have you, and it went to bite me in the leg. It tore my pants. It bit me in the arm, and it lunged to my face, and I moved. But did I tell the owner, you got to have your dog put down? Nope. But I will tell you that owner should not have their dog out in the front yard if it does that, because children tend to go up to dogs. So when I was going today, it was like I have rage. And I know it's not even all my own rage. I know that I'm experiencing other people's pain and rage and stuff like that. And I'm here to say, stop reflecting your shit and your pain on somebody else. Why don't you fucking wear it yourself and deal with it now? It's like people will look at me like, who do you think you are? It's not who I think I am. It's who I know I am. It's where I know I was and where I came from and the shit that I had to go through. Do I throw shade to people? No, I bring my own experiences forward. And then it's like, we need to smarten the frig up. Hi. We need to smarten up, because it's like we want good things. We want everybody saying, oh, like the kingdom of God, only this person's going, that person's going. Everyone can go. But it's that part, like some religions believe in hell. And hell is a state of mind. It's a state of being, the same as the kingdom of heaven. It's a state of mind. It's a state of being. It's where you put yourself. It's not about whether, like, when you're being victimized or you're like, what have you, it's not about going in a corner and crying about it anymore. It's about standing up, standing your ground, and calling the shit out. No. That's what it's about. And I like, spirit, like, spirit doesn't allow everyone in my energy. I don't allow everyone in my energy. And I know some will think, and because I can feel it, some think that I feel like I'm better than everybody else because of what I went through and where I am now. Or they just think believe that I'm better than everyone else, and they don't know what I went through. But I don't believe that I'm better than everybody else. I know that I am further in my journey, but I'm here to teach the ones that want to be further up in their journey. It's like when you're going through your spiritual awakening, you're going to have paranoia. And if you have paranoia, you're going to reflect it on other people. It's like, hey, you're the one that's paranoid. It's like, that's the part where you need to see the difference. Because when you are I still get parts of that where I'm not paranoid. I can't. Oh, a thigh high bruise. I can actually feel different parts of their spirit trying to cause fear within me. And that's what it is. It's creating fear. Because this morning when I went for a walk, they told me just like, where are you going? Remember where you are. It's like, for the longest time, I was walking in this area by myself for the longest time, and I had no problems. This person doesn't do a whole lot of anything. It's like, I must say, how many enemies did you make? And how many times? Because I know that this person is a very powerful person and they can give the looks of someone else, because there's like things that happen to me and I'm left like, what? Like, excuse me? But then you also have the good things. Because sometimes people will portray themselves as you in a different aspect of it, of time. Because there is magic and people can transform how they look. I just heard shapeshifters. Yes. But see, when you shapeshift, it takes a toll on your body. And I feel that. Spirit to spirit. You don't like me or what I have to say? Well, that's fine. And some people think, oh, you're loony, you're crazy, you're what have you. No, just very enlightened. And it can be very, like this woman said on the thing, it can be very Iron Maiden. And there'll be parts of your spirit, like when you're healing, especially with the person that's helping you heal, those parts of you will say, like, because I have some that will say, you're not going to kill me, are you? Or they get afraid if we're driving somewheres and I'm taking them somewheres. It's like, don't be afraid. Spirit has me here helping you to face your fears, face your traumas. There's been a lot of people that used to go out and they'd be able to go different places and what have you by themselves. And now what's happened? They're confined to home. They're afraid to go anywhere. And I'll tell you right now, that's what COVID did. COVID isolated people in their homes. And a lot of trauma happened to people during that time. Because some people would go to work or go to other places and what have you because of being in abusive homes. And then they were told you're not allowed to even go outside. Small businesses got shut down. But everything else, like the big stuff, it was allowed to be opened. So a lot of people that were trying to survive, they ended up going bankrupt or losing their businesses. And that's the part of when they pick on us. It's like it's like when people pick on dogs and abuse dogs and what have you, and they figure that they're not going to come out fighting, and then they make themselves out like when they do get bit back, they make themselves, like I said, out to be a victim, and that's what these other corporations do. And the victims are really the little people that are being screwed over. But I told this guy yesterday that I couldn't work at any other place. I know what I'm meant to be doing. My ex-husband asked me this morning, like, so are you still going to university? Because I got accepted into university. And it's that part of me, did I just do it to prove to myself that I could get into university? Because university, in actuality, it fucking has nothing to offer me. Not for what I want to be doing. And then what I want to be doing, whenever I contact those people, well, oh, we're not looking for people. Well, I wasn't looking for the fucking money. And I know that people get paid for what I do. Because when you do what I do, you're taking a lot on. And that's okay for me, because I know that's why I'm here. I'm here for the people and for the spirits. I'm not here to work for a system. I'm working for spirit to help the spirits, and the spirits are with you. And a lot of people, they don't understand me. It's like, well, that's not on me. It's like, I'm not going to tell you have to suppress yourself because I don't get it, or I don't understand where you're coming from. I step back to try to see and understand where you're coming from. I don't use the I am anymore. Because the biggest abundance for me is the abundance of love. The love that I have for myself and others, because I know that I am worth so much, and so are you. But people will say, oh, why do you think you're worth so much? Because I'm a child of God, and so are you. And if you don't see your own worth, well, that's on you, not on somebody else. Because that was the part of Spirit, God, however you refer. And if you're not seeing your own worth and you just keep giving people lip service, I'm tired of lip service. I was tired of it a long time ago, but I still give people the benefit of the doubt, even when they don't deserve it. It's like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this. And then the other day, when I come home, I come home, and then yesterday morning, it was like, oh, you didn't get my milk for me. It's like, no, because it was too late. It's like to that person, you're saying to me, oh, you didn't get my milk for me? Oh, how many times have I asked you to pick something up for me and you never did? Or telling me to get over my shit of why I'm angry with them. But they don't mind throwing my shit they don't mind throwing their shit at me. This is to that spirit, and it's not directed towards you. So if you take offense to it, that's on you. And that's the part of your spirit that knows that I'm talking to the main part of that spirit. And I feel that right in here. You trying to shut me down? You trying to shut me off? To shut me up? That's what I call an ego. An ego that doesn't like what it hears because it knows that it's truth. And the hardest thing to hear about ourselves is truth, because we never want to look at our own truths. We just want to point fingers at how other people are. Do I get frustrated? You're damn straight I get frustrated. Do I want to rip his head off? Sometimes, yes, I do want to rip his head off. Sometimes I even envision people being thrown across the room or thrown through a wall and stuff like that. And I get that feeling of that rage, and I know it's not my own because it comes here and then it comes up here. And that, what I get from that is that someone has rage within them. They have a very extremely hard heart. And they struggle with opening it up because they're set in the mindset, because they've been programmed in the mindset of thinking that everybody was a piece of crap, that everybody was going to rip you off. No, you attract the stuff. You attract that. It's because this person, they always attract the people that are always in need of help with regards to money, and then they get screwed over for it. Because they always say to me about money, 24 fucking years I've been listening to it. I'm in debt. I'm in debt. Well, you know, that's your own fucking fault. It's not mine. When I came into the relationship, I have no debt because I don't go with credit. Because when you go for credit, you're actually borrowing money on other people. And this person, they're so afraid because when they come of age, they lost a certain amount of their income, which leaves me wondering in certain parts, okay, if you lost part of your income, how are you able at your age to go borrow money on something that would buy a new car? How are you able to do that? And I don't care how good a person's credit is, because there are people out there that are younger and have just as much income and they can't get shit. It's like, you know, I know you're fucking lying to me. Because at your age and having a loss of income, banks nowadays don't lend money like that. You have to, in order to get a loan, people have to jump through hoops. But this person, they can walk into the bank and then the next day, oh yeah, here's your money. It's their money, but I must say, I don't want to hear about your fucking money woes anymore because I think you're full of shit. I don't think you have money woes. I just think you're a fucking lying about it. Because you like feeling superior. And then they say about people think that it's like, oh, it's all about financials, finance. I take care of your financial. No, I don't care about the finances because it's supposed to be the basics. But it's that part of, you know, the understanding part, being able to comfortably be open to actually being able to have your feelings, to express your emotions in a healthy manner. And when somebody friggin' has at you because and ridicules you for fucking showing your emotions, Disikieta. It's disgusting. It's despicable. And it's pretty sad. And maybe that's why you don't have a healthy relationship. And it doesn't matter what kind of relationship it is. That's why families fall apart. Because everyone's told, oh, well, I don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear what I have to say, but by fuck, you want everybody else to hear what you have to say? Seriously? Asked to have your ego pumped much? And I know that that spirit is in this room right now. When somebody's crying, the worst thing you can do is tell them don't cry, because crying actually releases emotions. Because I have so much built up right now within me from the collective. I was prepared for this, and I'm bleeding the poison out. What do I do? For work right now, I do nothing but, I've been helping people purge their apartment by like going and helping them sort out their own shit so that they can sort out their own mind. And if they do like certain things, they can actually sort it out. They can sit in a comfortable environment so that they can heal. I've gone to different places and I heal spirits. I work with spirits. And I'm trying to like figure out how to be able to get into working with spirits. But it's that part of also having the emotional support, because there is a lot of emotion to it, because you feel what those spirits have gone through. You feel what they've experienced. You feel their anger. You feel their love. You feel their fear. Some of those spirits, they don't even know they're dead. They don't even know that they're no longer in the physical plane. I walk between the physical world and the spirit world. And that's why sometimes you see somebody there and then all of a sudden they're gone. It's because that spirit has manifested itself into a physical being for you to see, because they're coming to you for a reason. They're showing themselves to you for a reason. Yeah. Because they're coming to you for a reason. You are part of their spirit line. When people see me jerking and jolting on here, that's the spirits moving. It's everything shifting. It's that healing. They're leaving healed, so then they can actually leave. That's why you say, I feel haunted. You're haunted from parts of yourself that hasn't healed. They are all around us, exactly, because it's spirits or energy. That's why that's why you hear a lot of people saying that we are gods. We are those aspects of gods. We are spirit. God experiencing itself, spirit experiencing itself. And that's where you get possessions, people being possessed. Animals can be possessed, as they call it. But it's parts of those beings returning to self, returning to its home. And it's up to us to heal those parts of us. And a lot of people, more people now are getting it, but there's a lot of people that are so wrapped up in a limited belief system that I know a lot of what I bring forward sounds a little crazy and it's hard to comprehend for some. And it's like, I totally understand where you're coming from because I've been there and I'm still working through it. I'm still experiencing things. I'm still experiencing things that want me to be paranoid. There's times when if somebody gives me some food or makes food for me or something like that, it's like there's those parts that I can hear it saying, they poisoned that. So it's like, if they poisoned it, good. It wouldn't be the first time they poisoned me. So I just take it and pop it in my mouth and say, they poisoned me, they poisoned me. Wouldn't be the first time. I'm not talking about now, but your medical system is poisoning you. But if you're worried about your food being poison, what you need to be worrying about poison that you're putting in your mouth. Your doctors tell you is good for you. And it's not because it does make you sick. Think that it's making you better, but when you take antibiotics, you're actually dumbing down your natural immune system. Not just McDonald's. I actually once in a while, and it was like I didn't for the longest time, and then sometimes like when I was out, if I had a burger, I'd go to Burger King and get the Impossible Burger because it's a vegetable burger because I don't. The only source of meat that I eat is fish. Some think that look at eggs as being meat too, but I will eat. Sometimes I will eat a dozen of eggs in a day, and people say, "Oh, that'll give you high cholesterol." Well, I guess you worry about you and your body, and I will do what my body calls for because I know what my body wants. So when I get that paranoia part, I know it's things that are trying to make me afraid. Because it is. It's not it's when we go out to like fast food restaurants and stuff like that, all the chemicals that are in the food. When you take medication, and I'll tell you right now, it's not just your prescription medication. It's also actually the vitamins that you take. And some natural people that are so into taking vitamins, it's like I have to ask, like you're going out and some vitamins are like $100. And you could take that $100 exactly. That's what I was going to say, and get it from your fresh foods. But see, that's why they have this stuff so expensive. Because, see, we think that the pharmaceutical company and the vitamin company are not working together, but they are because it's all profitable for them. Well, we'll dumb them down and we'll make them sick from the pills that we give them and say that you're missing these vitamins and what have you. And then they'll say, well, here, we got the remedy for it. We have these pills. So we'll give you these vitamins, which is still doing the same thing to your body. And you're still not even getting the vitamins that you need because the proper vitamins you need comes from your food. I had someone tell me seagrass is a big one. You get a lot of it because they say about iron and what have you. And some people, like people with O blood types, especially O negative, they tend to be low on iron sometimes. So it's that part of finding the foods, because it's not all about eating the red meat or what have you to get the iron, because you get iron in other things too, other fresh foods. So when I'm am I calling myself a dog? Well, people like to call me a bitch, and a bitch represents a female dog, so I guess I am. And if I'm that bitch, that mother dog, well, guess what? This mother dog has come back to protect her young, and she will chew you apart. It's that part of, they say about, I believe it was Jacob. I don't biblical thump, but I'm using it as an example because a lot of people will still be hooked into those. So Jacob went up against God, fought with God, but that was God pulling it out, pulling that anger, that resentment, that fear, that hate, that pain, the suffering. God was pulling it out and saying, hey, you and your brother need to sort your shit out, because you're putting everybody else in the middle of it. You don't have to have muscle to do that, because you can have the people that have muscle, but they're really, like, mentally, they're weak. But it's your voice and your heart is the most powerful of all. How we speak, the words we use. Words produce a curse. They cast the spells. They curse people. I hear this person all the time. It's like, when you wish ill on someone, why are you doing that? How would you like it? How do you like it when somebody wishes ill on you? You're cursing each other. And then people say, oh, my family's been cursed. Well, no wonder your family's been cursed. Everybody's family has been cursed. Man, it keeps everyone divided. I recommend that people go watch the series Once Upon a Time. Seriously, because you will get a lot out of that. If you can understand and comprehend what I bring forward, you will actually see the truth within the stories of Once Upon a Time. The stuff that they tell us is a fairy tale. Because, like anything, with animals or humans or what have you, they only take so much, and they get to a boiling point. It's like it's like I said before, impasse. An empath will take a lot, but then when they had enough, that's where the wrath comes forward. And then the ones that freaking picked on them and siphoned their energy and everything like that. And I know when those are around, because I can feel it. Because I can feel them trying to take it. Because he does it a lot. We went into a crystal store and I felt him drain the whole place. It's like, when you go do that, no fucking wonder you're hurting. Because you're an energy hog. So, it's like, Your pain is your own pain. Even when we believe that we're in it's others are reflecting their, because we're taking on, when you siphon someone else's energy, you're taking their pain on. That was like Yeshua when he was healing people and taking, like, having that come to him. He was taking that on. So that's when you actually end up also taking on the persona of that spirit. That's why people aren't always the same from minute to minute. They can, it's like, and they put labels on them, medical terms. Got to put a label on it. Bipolar, manic depressive, schizophrenia, conversion disorder, psychosis, multiple personality disorders. I embody spirit. So do I have multiple personality disorders? Well, apparently I guess so, but I'm well aware of every one of them, and I will explain it all as it happens. I don't know if you're coming in to insult me, but do you feel that bad about yourself that you got to go and reflect something on someone else? Because, if you really want the truth, if I smudged all this stuff off, I hardly have any eyebrows. And dentures? No. Hey, you want to give me a fake tooth? I'm all natural. Do I put in eyebrows? Yeah, because my eyebrows are blonde and they're thin. But that's just when you come into somebody else's channel and you start trying to insult them. I must say, I feel very sorry for you. It's pretty sad. So with that, I'll send you prayers of healing. But I also say, maybe you're a troll coming in. Nothing better to do with your time. It's that part of, shoo fly. Go back to the shit heap that you came from. And then heal yourself so you don't have to be in that shit heap anymore, because you're not shit. You've just grown up feeling that way. I know. I must say, you must be part of my ex-husband's spirit. My ex-husband is Uranus, because Uranus is the asshole of the universe. Thank you. And lots of love and blessings to you too. And that poor soul spirit that has to feel like it's got to come in and insult somebody else to make themselves feel better. So, I know. It's like, I feel your heart hurting. And I feel for you, because that must have been what you went through. So a bully creates a bully, and you must be a bully. So I feel for you, and I will send prayers of healing. But you can leave my room now, because you've not been invited in. You came in. Don't like my channel? You want to come in and insult me? Bring it. Because it's still not going to distract me from what I'm here to do. So when you have people like that coming at you, it's part of themselves that is not healed. So because they're not healed, they want to come in and make other people feel less than what they are. So, to that spirit, that person, Kiretotori sirimoshalakina sukita tori se sukumote. Go back to your church. Go back to your limited beliefs and leave everyone alone. Actually, am I 60? No, I'm not 60. I'm more ancient than that. Are you too? And it's not an insult, it's a question. Because you're acting like that. So if to make yourself feel better, to insult other people, then I guess that's what you're going to do. Oh, I'll play your little game. Acting like you're a 16-year-old looking for attention on the internet. No, actually, I don't come looking for attention because I put my stuff out there and it's like, I don't care if I have followers. Are you in here looking for attention? I must ask you that. Are you in here looking for attention? Do you go to other people's channels so that you can have a conversation, so you can try to play victim and say, oh, well, they insulted me? I'm not insulting you. I'm asking you a legitimate question. So then what am I doing? Why don't you go read my description and my YouTube channel, Spirit to Spirit, Teachings of Going Within Self. I am helping others to heal their traumas, heal their wounds, heal their angers, their frustration. I'm here to help spirits move forward. What are you here for? Well, good. If you're recording me, all the power to you. Record me. I'm recording myself right now. I've actually told people, record me. Don't forget to take it to a language interpreter. I didn't come for likes. I didn't come for followers. I came to help people grow and empower themselves so that they don't have to abide, so that they don't have to continue to feel less than what they are and live off and go by a system that keeps them freaking confined and under thumb. You work for us. No, you should be working for yourself, profiting for yourself, wealth for yourself, abundance for yourself, not feeding it to a system that doesn't give two shits if you got a fucking pot to piss in, a roof over your head, or clothes on your back, or food in your mouth. That's that part that, like, when you come in and attack me, I feel sorry for you, because that just tells me that's how people treat you. And nobody should be treated that way. A lot people, they pick on the ones they feel are weaker than them. And they're actually really not weaker than them. They're just tolerating them. Four, as I just said that. A lot of people look at the number 6 and 6, and it's interpreted as being a bad thing, which it actually means spiritual growth. And it's a system that will program people into thinking and fearing everything because it gets hijacked. And this is the part of the propaganda. This is the part of where, all this stuff is happening to turn the people against one another in some parts. But in a lot of aspects of it, it's actually bringing more and more people closer together because they're waking up to the truth of it. They're seeing what is being done because the church, religion, what have you, it's sins. And I'm going to tell you, take your sins and shove them up your ass, because it's the systems that are integrated into society. It's programming. And when you come in to other people's channels and what have you, it's like, here, let me go in your channel. But wait, I'm not going to go in there to ridicule you or insult you. I'm going to go in there and see what your content is. I'm going to go in there to feel your heart, to understand you as an individual, not as a number, not as a physical appearance, but I'm going to go right to the heart, because the heart is what I look at. Because I go past the facade. I go right to the pain and see the pain, because I'm here to take and reach down to the depths into Pandora's box and help you pull help up. I work with energy. I work with spirit. I heal. I work with healing. I teach people how they're going to heal themselves. And the first part of it is being able to purge. Purge what does not help you grow. Yep. It was traumatic, and now you're working through the PTSD of it. And when you experience PTSD and those memories coming back, it's spirit's way of saying, we need to look at this. We need to address it within you. Because even if you feel like you can't talk to somebody in a physical, then you go heart to heart. And you express your feelings, express your emotions within the heart. Talk in the heart. Because the heart is what's going to lead you home, because your home is the heart. Home is where the heart is. Your heart is here. So it's within you. And we've fragmented those pieces, because every time we were left feeling like we were less than what we were, we always wanted to be somewhere else other than where we were at that moment. Yes. So that's that part of you that needs healing from it, working through it. Because you're no longer a victim, you are a survivor of it. If you took yourself out of it, when you empower yourself and you stand up to it, it's not about going and beating on one another to stand up to it. Sometimes it's like that feeling we have to physically fight back. But it's like, we have that darkness, as they call it, within us, those shadows within us. And those shadows are what's in pain. And that's what, when it comes out all at once, that's what makes it feel like it becomes overwhelming. And then they say, oh, you have psychosis or schizophrenia, because you don't know how to bring it up in a healthy way. I just heard, do you hear the voices all the time? I am able to turn it on and turn it off. When spirit guides me to open up, then I open up. Spirit is my teacher. Spirit is my savior. Yeshua, he had a lot of powers, a lot of abilities. And people weren't understanding the message that he was bringing forward, because Messiah means messenger from higher, coming to teach everyone how to step out of the system. And everyone's saying about being a sovereign being. Well, this is how to becoming a sovereign being. No longer seeing yourself as a victim, because the only reason why they're victimizing you is because they know your worth, they know your power, and they don't want you knowing it yourself. And some of it is because they're afraid of looking at themselves. Sometimes I become afraid of my own power, and I will be the first to admit it. And it's not like my spirit guides haven't told me. It's not like my ancestors haven't told me. You got to step out of the fear. It's like, I'm stepping out of that fear, but it's that part of like, you start wondering, well, are people going to accept me? Because I'm different. Because for so long they shut us down. Because they don't want others knowing that they too are like me in different ways. Because we all have it within us, and the medications and the chemical foods and the friggin', the wiring, these antennas, with your cell phones, they put in these towers. And the more towers they put in, you notice the worse the cell reception gets, but they say, oh, it's becoming overloaded. No, it's not becoming overloaded at all. They're putting a divider in it. They're dividing it so that you can't, your cell phone, like yourself, you are built like a satellite. You connect with each other. And a cell phone connects directly to the satellites. And they put an interference. Nikola Tesla had electricity going from one place right to the other without all the friggin' wiring. And the wiring, if you actually listen to the wires going from pole to pole, you can hear the white noise. You can hear that light, distant buzzing sound, the same as from your electrical outlets and everything like that. It all has a frequency that is disabling the body. It's causing pain to the body. And that's also part of where you get the anger. You get like autism. Autistic people are very intelligent, but then there's so much sound around that it's an interference. It creates an interference. You go into grocery store or department store or what have you. What do you hear? Ding, 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 bzzz, or big old machinery going. It's like, stuff doesn't have to be noisy. It's that part of, not knocking his invention, but he knows that it was wrong. Thomas Edison, he knows that it was wrong. He was jealous of Tesla. And then Elon Musk said that, oh, well, the reason why Tesla failed is because he didn't know how to promote. He didn't know how to advertise. He was advertising just fine. Stuff was being stolen. His stuff was being sabotaged. Like, you are being sabotaged. I have to get off here in a few minutes because I have to leave to take my car. So I want you all to know that if you really want to change your life and you're tired of the way it is, you can. And I know my life is changing. Even if I feel like I'm just sitting around four walls or what have you, I know that my life is changing. Because I'm able to just put myself out there. not for attention, but to show others you're not alone. And if I can do this, you can. And I'd like to thank the ones that come in and the new followers and the likes and the ones that have gifted and what have you. I didn't come in here for that because I want to see people use it for yourself, to help yourself. It's not about like I am very appreciative for it. Okay, because yes, I want to figure out how I can create finances so that I can go to the different places where people say that there's hauntings and what have you, so that I can help those spirits move on so people aren't so freaked out. Help people understand the spirit world, because a lot of people don't. So, with that being said, I'm going to read my card for the day. I just heard we'd be on later. I'm not sure. I have somebody coming over because we're going to do their laundry so that they can finish getting their place sorted out. Dance like no one's watching. Love like you'll never be hurt. Sing like no one's listening. Live like it's heaven on earth. Because heaven on earth is the heaven, comes from heaven within you. When you create heaven within yourself, you create your heaven in your physical world. You've heard as above, so below, as within, so without. What you create in here is what you have in here is what you create out here. So when you change what you experience and feel and start looking at things differently and changing that old narrative within yourself, then you will see it in your physical world. Things will start coming to you. And the good things will find you, because as you heal and open up your heart, that will come. Don't be afraid of feelings. Don't suppress your feelings like systems want you to, because when you express your feelings and your emotions, it breaks that system down. So with that being said, I'm sending you all much love, light, many blessings, most importantly, very good health to anyone and everyone wanting, willing to receive and accept. I want you all to be big, bold, brave. Most importantly, be yourself, be your authentic self, be true to yourself, be true to others. Be who you are, not who somebody says you are, you have to be. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and know that you have more strength and you are more powerful than what you can comprehend at times. I'm sending you all love. Have a great day. And if it's just enjoy your day. When you get that heavy weight, just go, get off. Love you all. Yeah.